Islam Makhachev, Biography and Rise to UFC Champion. Islam Makhachev is one of the most successful mixed martial artists of his generation. Known for his powerful wrestling, dominant grappling, intelligent fighting style, and incredible discipline, he became one of the biggest stars in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, also known as the UFC. Islam Ramazanovich Makhachev was born on September 17th, 1991, in Makhachkala, Dagestan, Russia. He grew up in a region famous for producing world-class wrestlers and combat athletes. From an early age, Islam was interested in sports and martial arts. His older brother, Herban Ismail, also trained in combat sports, and the two brothers became an important part of each other's development. As a young athlete, Islam began training in combat sambo. He quickly demonstrated exceptional talent, discipline, and determination. His skills eventually led him to compete at the highest levels of the sport. One of the most important influences on Islam's career was his training partnership with Khabib Nurmagomedov and the legendary coach Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov. Abdulmanap developed a unique training system based on wrestling, sambo, conditioning, discipline, and tactical intelligence. Islam became one of the most talented athletes to emerge from this system. In 2014, Makhachev made his UFC debut. His first AFC fight took place against Leo Kuntz, and Islam won the fight by submission in the second round. Although his early UFC career included some difficult moments, Makhachev continued improving with every fight. He developed into an extremely well-rounded fighter with elite wrestling, dangerous submissions, strong striking, and excellent physical conditioning. After a series of victories, Islam began to establish himself as one of the best lightweight fighters in the world. His biggest breakthrough came on October 22, 2022, at UFC 280. Islam Makhachev faced Charles Oliveira for the vacant UFC lightweight championship. Oliveira was one of the most dangerous submission specialists in UFC history and entered the fight with enormous confidence, but Makhachev produced a dominant performance. In the second round, Islam submitted Oliveira with an arm triangle choke and became the UFC lightweight champion. The victory was a defining moment in his career. It also continued the legacy of his mentor, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, and the fighting philosophy that had been developed in Dagestan. After becoming champion, Makhachev defended his title against some of the best lightweight fighters in the world. One of his most important rivalries was with Australian champion Alexander Volkanovski. In February 2023, Makhachev faced Volkanovski at UFC 284 in Australia. The fight was extremely competitive and lasted all 5 rounds. Islam won by unanimous decision and successfully defended his championship. The two fighters met again later that same year at UFC 294. This time, Makhachev delivered one of the most spectacular victories of his career. In the first round, Islam landed a powerful head kick that knocked Volkanovski out. The victory demonstrated that Makhachev was not only an elite grappler but also a dangerous and improving striker. Islam continued to build his legacy with more victories and championship performances. His fighting style is based on pressure, control, timing, and technique. He is especially famous for taking opponents to the ground, controlling their position, and looking for submissions. However, his striking has also become one of the strongest parts of his game. Over the years, Makhachev has developed his boxing, kicking, distance management, and counterattacking abilities. Another important part of his success is his mentality. Islam Makhachev is known for his calm personality and disciplined lifestyle. He rarely becomes emotional inside the cage and usually follows his game plan with remarkable patience. His connection with Khabib Nurmagomedov has also played an important role in his career. Khabib became one of Islam's closest training partners and coaches, helping him prepare for some of the biggest fights of his career. Makhachev's success has made him one of the most recognizable athletes from Dagestan and one of the leading representatives of Russian mixed martial arts. Beyond his championship achievements, Islam has become an example of how discipline, patience, hard work, and a strong team can transform a talented athlete into a world champion. His journey from a young fighter in Dagestan to one of the biggest stars in the UFC is a story of determination and continuous improvement. Islam Makhachev is still writing his legacy in mixed martial arts. Every fight brings a new challenge, and every victory adds another chapter to his story. From the mountains and wrestling gyms of Dagestan to the biggest arenas in the world, Islam Makhachev has proven that champions are not created overnight. They are built through years of training, sacrifice, discipline, and belief. And for Islam Makhachev, the journey is far from over.